Hello. So I'm going to kind of show you how to do some more kind of stuff on Google Drawing. So remember in the last one I showed you how to use the curve tool, and then you can click and you can edit the points. I'm going to edit a point real fast so that it looks kind of like I want it to look. There we go. And so right now I'm going to actually show you how to do a little bit more shading. So I can click on, use the select tool, click here. And with Google Drawing, you can actually use this gradient tool. And I could like do that, and that kind of looks like it's shaded, right? That's one possibility. But what if my light's not coming from the top, but from like the upper right, right? So when we're thinking about shading, we have to think about where the light's coming from. And this right now makes it look like the light's coming directly from the top. So I'm going to click on this again, and I'm going to click on custom, and you can change the direction of it so that the light looks like it's coming from different places on your object. So I want it to come from the upper right, which I think is this one, right? That's one thing you can do. You can also add colors in there. So say that I don't want it, so like say I wanted it to, I'm gonna bring this over here, I'm gonna say add, and I'm gonna make this the more basic red, and I'm gonna make this, so what I'm doing is I'm clicking on these little things here, and I'm gonna make this one more of like kind of a lighter pink. Right? And this one, I'm gonna make a little bit lighter so that it looks a little bit. So now let's see how that looks. So now it looks like the light's coming over here and onto my basket. But now the top looks a little weird. So let's fix that. So we're gonna go up into the fill tool. We're gonna go to gradient. We're gonna go to custom. And right now it's gray, and we don't want that to be the case. What we want is the same colors we just chose. So like this one. This is going to be that kind of light pink. And then we're going to add a stop in the middle. That's going to be that typical red. But we don't want 90 degree. What we actually want is like, what's 45 plus 90? We want 135. We actually, when we're thinking about kind of cylindrical shapes, since the light's coming over here, it's going to hit over here first. And so now we have what kind of looks like it's like a fully shaded thing. We can do the same thing with our French fry. So like we're gonna do this gradient, but we're gonna do the gradient so it goes from top to bottom, right? And so now it looks like it's getting darker as it moves into the basket. So we can just go through and do that with all of them. Just kind of choose, right, that one there. And, or we can totally customize it as well. So we can make this down here an even darker yellow. And or even darker yellow, right? And we can make this one kind of more of a typical yellow. And it's gonna, I don't like the way that looks at all, by the way. um, it's a little bit better, but I do like the lighter yellow at the top. So I'm gonna kind of keep that light yellow and then change that. Let's see how that looks. And then I don't like that at all. And so the problem with this one is that this shape is rotated. And so because of that, because I rotated all the way around, the light area is down here, and I can show you what I mean. So now it's how, because I rotated it, it's going whoop. So what I have to do is I have to go into my gradient tool, click the word custom, and I actually have to swap this one to 180. So it goes like that. And then it's gonna, whoop, no, not 180. We're just gonna keep doing this until you get it right. If it's 90, and I want it to be, it should be 180, but it's not. There we go, 225. And then I'm gonna click on it, and I'm gonna bring it back to inside there. Um, so you can just kind of go through and click all your things, and if it doesn't look the way you want it to, you can always flip it. But it just kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. So it looks like they're getting a little bit darker as they move into the basket. Something that I'm noticing is I'm not liking how, For some of them, it's not getting dark enough as it moves to the basket, like say this one. So what I can do is click the word custom, and I can actually bring this thing closer. Okay, I thought you could, but I guess not. So what I'll do is I'll click add, and I'll bring it closer this way. And I'll hit okay. And now it's going to start to, now I can start to actually play with that gradient until it is where I want it to be. So it looks like it's getting dark as it moves in there. That's how you kind of plus and play around with gradients to make it look like a little more kind of 3D looking French fries in a basket.